What up? And welcome to another episode of What Do We Have Here? The segment of the channel where we unbox things. And today we have some stuff from Jujutsu Kaisen, Funko Pop, and a Figuarts. So today's episode is called Megumi and Friends. So now, some quick info about Megumi. Well, I'll show you guys the boxes real quick. Megumi's curse technique, Jujutsu Kaisen, spoilers, disclaimer of anything. If you haven't watched the show, we'll be discussing some of the powers in the show. So if you're not familiar, watch the show. I don't want to spoil anything for you. Jujutsu Kaisen, Megumi's curse technique involves shadows. He's able to call, what I would say, spirits. Use these shadows, use these spirits for defense or offense. He has different types of shadows, spirits that he uses for different things. So the Funko Pop is him with his frogs. Jujutsu Kaisen has a couple other pops out on the line. I have some of them, some of the store exclusives. I'll make some videos later. Shout out to Big Bad Toy Store as always. I got the Figuarts figure from them. The Figuarts box has a little bit more detail to it. I thought it was pretty cool that they have Megumi's hand signals on the side. The figure also comes with two faces of Megumi. We know that in this particular scene, Megumi's using, if I'm not mistaken, his domain expansion. Domain expansion, long story short, again, spoilers, is basically a complete domination of the space around you. Jujutsu users are able to use their cursed energy to manipulate their surroundings and kind of dominate different rules and things like that, what's around them. Now again, real quick disclaimer of anything, if you're not caught up on the show, you might hear some things that might be considered spoilers, so if you're not caught up on the show, I apologize. But again, some quick details on the Funko Pop and the figure. Megumi is again a shadow user, so in the Funko Pop, they have him here with toads. Shout out to Funko. They did a great job of bringing this scene and the figure to life. Did a lot of detail with the toads, the wings, and the symbols on their stomachs, so shout out to them. Colored accurately. They did a good job in bringing this to life. And it is technically two separate pieces. The one toad does come by itself. I was wondering when I was looking at it inside the box if it was all one piece or if it was actually two pieces. If anybody else was wondering, that one toad does come by itself. And last but not least, from Bandai, the Figuarts Zero line. Shout out to Big Bad Toy Store. Like I always mention, they'll get your stuff to you safe and secure. Got this from them. Now, like I mentioned before, Megumi being a shadow user, Neue is another spirit that he's able to use. They produce electricity, so they're good for offense, but they're also good for defense and, let's say, protection, because he's able to fly and things like that. And here you see that the toads are also on the bottom, coming out the shadows too. So here you kind of see Megumi at his best. He's able to use everything that he has at his disposal, all his spirits. So he's a force to be reckoned with when he's in this state. And of course, like I mentioned in the picture, you see that he doesn't have a bloody face. The figure comes with two faces. I changed mine to the bloody face, resembling this scene that we got this from. So shout out to Bandai for giving us the option of being able to change that. And as always, great job on the figure. Colored accurately according to the show. Looks just like it. Can't wait to get my hands on the rest of these figures, Jujutsu Kaisen. And let me know what you guys think about it. Peace.